Ladies and gentlemen, grab your snacks and the edges of your seat as it is time to catch up with our fabulous contestants from the August 12th, 2023 Journey to Love dating game that took place right here in Orlando, Florida. Join me as we listen in to hear their thoughts, experiences, what they have learned, and what has happened since the game ended almost 8 weeks ago. It is time to dive deeper into their story and find out if they have decided to continue on their journey to love. Let us first check in with our bachelorette, Dee Dee, to see what she has to say about her overall experience.
Well, I was open for two reasons. One, I'm single, so obviously what I'm doing is not working.
Okay.
And I need some assistance. And then I figured, what do I have to lose? To have someone who's willing to assist in vetting, because that's in essence what you've done, in vetting some of the gentlemen and what their preferences are, what some of their qualities are, and vetting us ladies for what our preferences are, what qualities we bring, what are most important characteristics that we're looking for, and then matching us up. I figured, why not? And who didn't grow up watching the dating game? So
Right?
why not take advantage of the opportunity? I would recommend it to everyone. I liked how when we walked in, the establishment where it was, being able to mingle with other ladies, it kind of took some of the stress off. I will say that I was eyeing the gentlemen that were there. My curiosity was killing the cat before the show started. I liked being able to be in the audience and watch as some of the other contestants went through the process, and then actually being selected, going upstairs and having that little mini date to get to know each other, some quality private one-on-one time, even in that big environment. It was cool. I really enjoyed it. But I was the contestant in the third show that when they said, who does he pick? And he said contestant number 2. Honey, I got up. Let's get this started. And then it was like the people in the audience. I'm so glad the ladies in the audience saved me, because they was like, no, sit back down. So that it was just very lighthearted, very fun. I enjoyed it. My bachelor, let me tell you, he's a focused man. Do not say something you want to do and then be wishy-washy. I'm working out because I'm working on losing weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was in one of our conversations. We work out together 2 to 3 times a week.
Nice.
And he'd be serious. I'm like, okay, I want to look cute. I'm going to go work out, do a little things, break a sweat, drink some water. He's like, no, we're not done. We got 2 more sets. 2 more sets of what? So I do enjoy, I guess the person who selected me. You did a good job. When you went through the bachelors and made sure, that you did your selections based on them and the ladies, I really think you did a good job. I travel a lot. And one of the requirements for me was having someone who understood that, that I travel a lot. I do make time and he makes time for me, but someone who understood that for them. So that was one of the ways that you made sure that we could possibly be a good fit. He understood what effective communication was, right? Because some people do not have good communication skills, and you hit the nail on the head with that too. You hit it out the park with my match with that.
Excellent.
So we just had a conversation about 2-parent households and the economy and what it takes to be able to raise a family in the economy today, and why some people may be struggling more than others. Well, I found that there are times where I have blinders on because I wanted someone that could effectively communicate. He communicated in a way where we had a conversation, and 2 days later I was like, so remember when we had that conversation last Thursday? What you said to me was valid. And I didn't recognize that because my blinders told me this. Being able to have that conversation in a safe space where I even felt secure and comfortable enough to go back and say, you were right. I did research and you were right. And being able to have that level of conversation, I really appreciate that. And I am tall. I wear heels all the time, normally about 3-inch heels. So I stand in heels at 6'2". Historically, I did not date a man that was below 6'4". But, looking at Is that the quality that you want to hang your hat on? That a man has to be 6'4" and above? I realize that the quality I need is for you to know how to talk to me, how to communicate through conflict. But being able to be open and truly look at, what do you need to be happy? I don't
Mm-hmm.
need a 6'4" man to be happy. I need someone that knows how to communicate through conflict. And what that package comes in, I need to be open to. Show up in who you truly are, your genuine self, so that you can be received and either accepted. And remember, rejection is not bad. Rejection might be protection, it
Come on.
might be coverage, because that's not where you need to be. I appreciate that in our one on one, you got to see my personality
Yes.
and you welcomed my personality. And then looked at how my personality and the things that I wanted fit in with what, the bachelor wanted and what he needed. And I truly appreciate that. I tell everybody, take a chance, honey. It's
Absolutely.
nothing wrong with going on a date and getting to know each other.
Isn't she just fabulous? Next, we're going to check in with one of our bachelors, Christopher, to get his thoughts, experiences, and find out what has happened since the dating game.
I was a real busy person. I wasn't getting an opportunity being a single father and a working man to get out and mingle. Plus, it seemed like, well, everything else I tried wasn't working. This seemed like it was going to be almost like a matchmaking kind of thing. And I thought, yeah, you did so many other things. Let's try this. You can't do any worse. The way you vet the people gives a real opportunity for the individuals in that scenario to have the opportunity to meet a real person. I think myself and all the other men were genuine options. And I think that the women that were open for consideration were different women. Like in my selection pool, right? We had three women,
Mm-hmm.
and I one was older, one was really young, one was right at my age. And like I said, the questions I asked allowed me to answer questions that I initially try to answer with a woman. And that's why by the end of my three, I knew that the best option out of that group was still not a long-term option for me. So I selected someone that was from another pool because by sheer accident, I got there before everything began. And once we realized we were both in the show, we made a decision not to introduce each other. We were like, I'm not going to give you my name. We're just going to talk generically so that if we end up in the same pool, we didn't ruin it for anybody. I ended up selecting that person. They weren't selected in their pool, and they were a better option in my current pool. And it's been an experience, but it has not been unenjoyable. Just dealing with a person that is also a single parent, also in education like myself, also an educated, melanated person. We have a lot in common, plus we're the same sign. And we still, in the beginnings of a relationship now, and it's still a growth process. No contracts are final, but we're in the 90-day reviewing process right now. There's a balance. She is really, really smitten with me, and I'm happy. Everybody has their bias. My bias is to a body type. I have a certain body type I enjoy. I have a certain attitude. There's certain natural expectations I have. And until you really with a person that naturally moves the way you like, you'll be willing to try a person out. But eventually, you know what I'm saying, it's going to fade out. She was so patient with me that we was able to have a good time. I'm happy when I see her. I talk to her every day, but I just haven't got rid of the final whatever it is. But that's natural. We had a whole conversation about it. I mean, my girlfriend, like we literally did it. And I said, no, I'm not acting like these millennials and make it like a prom date and do like a relationship proposal. I'm not doing that. I show you a whole person. And make sure you're also prepared for anybody that really you give your time to give yourself time to say, okay, I don't have to make a decision. If you don't have to make a decision, don't. And a person that's not willing to accept that is not somebody that's willing to deal with you.
At Journey to Love, our mission is simple. That is to help individuals find genuine, lasting love. We believe that love is a beautiful adventure, and our show reflects that reality. So we invite you to join us as a contestant or an audience member on October the 14th and let us take you on a journey to love.